What's up, everyone? I made $40,000 in the last 15 months by flipping cars. I don't have dealership license. I buy cars from Copart using Salvage arbitrage. I'm not a mechanic. I don't have a garage. I don't have tools, but I was able to make $40,000 in profit, not a revenue. Okay. Also, don't pay attention to this door. I bought a house a couple months ago, so there's gonna be a bit of a mess in the back. But yeah, here's the proof. And there's going to be more proof later in the video, so let's get into this. All right, today we're going to talk about how cars pricing generally, right, from dealership, like all this stuff. We're going to compare the listing versus buying. We're going to talk about why buying salvage car actually makes sense and how I am successfully using this strategy to make a lot of profit. So let's take a look at this 2026 Subaru Legacy, MSRP of $34,000 and $450. MSRP stands for manufacturer's suggested retail price. Okay, and here's a little chart that breaks down what MSRP consists of. First, we see the dealer profit, 10%. That's how make money whenever they sell car. Second is back-end money, 7%. Think of this as like whenever dealership sells a car, a manufacturer lets them to keep that 7%, and that incentivizes them to keep selling more cars. Okay, next is a warranty, 10%. So whenever you buy a new car, the car comes with obviously warranty. If something breaks down mechanically, something happens to it, something wrong, you basically bring the car back to the dealership and the dealership takes care of it. That's what 10% mean, warranty. They in advance factor that into the price. Marketing is also 10%. That's how they spend money for advertising, commercials, ads, and all that stuff. And the rest is manufacturing cost. As you can see, 37% is already upfront fixed costs, and that's the reason you lose 20% whenever you buy the car and drive off the lot immediately. And on top of that, in 3-4 years, you will lose 50% of the car's value. In this example, it's $17,000 and $225 just in 3 years. That's insane amount of money, especially nowadays, right? You could do a lot of things with the $17,000. You could invest, you can pay off your debt and all that cool stuff. That's why, in my opinion, buying a new car is dumbest idea for the average person. It could make sense for very business owners whenever you need to write off like a big tax. So yeah, but that's not for the average people. Like most people shouldn't buy new cars at all. Worst financial advice. Next is leasing versus buying a new car. Leasing is a smart way for car makers to have customers cover the biggest drop in the car's value during the first 3 years. Basically like a long-term rental. Let me show you the example. Let's take a look at this 2026 Tesla Model Y MSRP of $45,000. Okay, this is the official website. I got the picture. If you lease this car for 36 months, only 10,000 miles a year, with almost like $4,500 down payment, your monthly payment is going to be $500. That's insane. And here's why. Let's do some calculations. We're going to multiply $500 by 36 months and add your down payment. That's $22,000, $700 in 3 years. In 3 years. That's insane. And coincidentally, that's exactly half the, same loss, 50% of the MSRP value, $22,700. Who paid for that depreciation? You as a buyer are going to pay for this depreciation. All right, and there are 3 more disadvantages. Okay, first of all, you stuck for 3 years with this car because you sign a contract, you sign a lease, and whenever if you want to break that contract, you have to pay some bullshit fees for them. Next thing is a limited mileage. We already talked about it. 10,000 miles is just enough for you to commute from home to work, home, work, home, work. That's it. You cannot go to trips, nothing about that. Forget about that. And the last one, which is very, very important, you need excellent credit score. That $500 a month that we see, that's based on you have amazing credit score, okay, in 700s. If you're in the 600s, that price is gonna go up. It could be 600, it could be 580, who knows? But it's gonna give even more. That's why leasing is also sucked. They just found a smart way for car makers to avoid the depreciation. Customers pay for the depreciation, which is you. Now let's talk about, and this is the reason why I found this strategy, right? To buy cars, to flip them. This is the cheapest way. This is how everyone, in my opinion, should buy cars, because this is the most affordable way. You're paying less amount of compared to a claim title. You just need to know how to pick the best cars with the minimal damage. And we're going to talk about here. So what is a salvage car? A salvage car is a vehicle that an insurance company or state declared a total loss, meaning it was considered uneconomical to keep insured or repair for any reason, not just the damage. Examples: major accident damage. That's like 90% of the all salvage cars. And we are absolutely trying to avoid those cars. Those are for car wreckers who like disassemble the car and sell for parts. Okay, we need to focus on those like very rare cars that have minimal damage. For example, theft recovery. Car may have little to no damage, but if the insurer already paid out the claim to the customer and later cops find the car, insurance company, instead of keeping the car, they're gonna issue total loss, salvage title, and send it to the auction, where we buy it with a nice 50-60% discount. That's how you buy cars. Next example is flood or hail damages. For example, we can see the picture right here. Sure we're recording. Yeah, this is the example. I see there's like a small dent on the hood. Sometimes you're gonna see like a windshield may crack, the rear windshield may crack because of those hail damage. It'll depend on the size. But this car is absolutely fine. Like there's no mechanical damage. It's never been wrecked. But when people have comprehensive insurance, they qualify for like reimbursement. That's why insurance company declare total loss for those kind of cars as well. Okay, next is vandalism. Vandalism, example of vandalism is like whenever you see those cars, with the stolen wheels, maybe they could be painted, they could be scratched, they could be like broken, like they shattered the windshield with a rock or something. Those are vandalized cars. And obviously, if you have like a full coverage insurance, you just send a claim, they pay out the claim, they take the car, insure, and then they issue a salvage title, sent to the auction where we buy it off. And even some cars with minor visible damage but expensive parts and labor costs. Let's take a look at this Acura MDX. You can see that the rear door is damaged. So the reason they total this car is most likely because of this. When you get into accidents, if they want to repair it, they have to give you a rental car. Rental car could cost $60, $70, $80 a day. Okay, they take the car, then they go search for the best body shop that can make very high quality, insurance quality repairs. After they find the body shop, they go and find a very high quality part. The part has to be almost like a brand new. It cannot be damaged. It has to be almost OEM. And if they don't have that part, they have to wait. And even if they found it, let's say it's across the country, it takes 2 weeks to arrive. And after 2 weeks, body shop has to working. It could take another week. And keep in mind, in those durations, they still have to keep paying for the rental car. For every single day, they have to pay for the rental. And when they add up those rental car costs, repair costs, parts costs, it just financially doesn't make sense to repair it. That's why they just pay out your claim, whatever your car worth, they just give you cash, they keep the car, and they send to the auction. Simple. But would you buy this car? I would absolutely buy this car. I bought a bunch of cars like this. It's super easy. You just get another door, slap it on, probably less than $1,000 to repair it, but you can make a lot of money with this. Okay. Here's the real examples of cars that I bought and sold recently. This, you can see the VIN number there. You can copy and paste it to the Google. You can find out how much I paid for those cars at auction. It's a very public information. 2021 Subaru Legacy Limited. Clean title value of this car is around $22,000 in our area plus taxes. We paid $6,880. That's an actual screenshot from the Copart app. Invested $2,500. 19 of that, 1,900 of that was body shop, and $600 was in parts. It only needed like a rear bumper and some plastic parts and tail light. Okay, so total invested was $9,400. We already saved $12,000 and $500 immediately. That's over like what, 60% discount from clean title value. And then we sold this car for $14,700. That's a 70% of retail value. That's where we aim to sell the rebuilt cars compared to clean title cars. You have to give like at least 30% discount. So $40,000, that's a $5,000 and $300 in profit. Just so you know, average dealership nationwide makes $2,000 per car. So if you're bidding $2,000, you're already above market profit. And we made $5,000 from this car. Can you imagine that? Let's say, but if you wanted to keep this car, let's say you kept the car, right? You kept this car for 3 years. Estimated 3-year depreciation is going to be around $4,400. And estimated resale value in 3 years is still going to be around like $11,000, which is a lot. Remember, you paid for this car $9,400. You can sell this after 3 years of using this car. You can still sell it for profit, $1,600. That's how I drive my cars. I buy them, I drive them for a year, and I sell them for like huge profit. So, let's take a look at another example. This is the car we bought as well, 2021 Toyota Corolla XLE. Clean title value of this car is $16,800 plus taxes. We paid for this car $8,400. This was one of those theft recovery cars. This car had absolutely no damage. That's why we only invested $250 to clean it, detailing, and that's it. That's our total cost, $8,600 and $40. You can compare to clean title value. That's $8,200 in savings. This is insane. That's a 50% saving. If you kept this car, obviously we can sell this car right now for $11,800. That's a $3,000 profit. But let's say we kept this car. We kept it. We drove for 3 years. In 3 years, since it's usually depreciated a little bit less than compared to other cars, right? So it's only going to depreciate like roughly $2,400 to $2,900, and estimated resale value in 3 years. Sorry. Estimated resale value in 3 years is still going to be $8,800 to $9,400. So if we sell it for $9,300, you're still selling for $700 profit after driving 3 years, after depreciation. That means you're driving this car for free. You bought this car, you drove it for free for 3 years, and then you made your money back plus profit. It literally sounds like a cheat code that you can do. So this is gonna be it for today. That's how as I said, I made $40,000 in profit in the last 15 months. We're gonna double down in the next 6 months. We're already halfway through. Later in this videos, I'm gonna talk about like breakdown, what cars I sold in June, May, July, all that stuff. All it's gonna be a lot of fun. So if you guys interested, just follow me, follow my Instagram, hit me up, DM me. I'll try to guys help you to hop on this thing. So yeah, I'll put you guys on. Thank you for watching this video. See you guys on the next one.